Hello, my dear students. Welcome. My name is Neeraj Partha, and dear students, this is your physics classes. In this video lecture, we are discuss our the one part of your science subject. The science subject is basically divided into three parts: physics, chemistry, and biology. And in this video lecture, we are discussing about the one part, that is a physics, and the name of the chapter which is included in a physics, that is a friction. Okay, so today's topic is basic information about the friction. What is the friction? What is the role of friction in our daily life? All the things we are discuss in that lecture. So we are starting of some related points in which are explained in that lecture. So first of all, we are giving some introduction of a friction, means what is the friction, what is the use of friction, what is the effect without any frictions. It is necessary and not. We are discussing all the things. After that, we are discussing about the some definitions and some terms which are related to a friction. In introductory part, if you are focusing on your daily life, guys, let's suppose, guys, we are holding that pen. But if we are make that pen smooth, means 100% smooth, basically practically there is no one is a smooth, guys. So if you are talking about some ideal cases, if you are talking about some ideal cases, let's suppose that is a 100% smooth pen. So can you hold it? Can you hold it? No, we cannot be hold it. Why? Because due to some reason behind that, it will be move from your hand. You cannot be hold. To holding any object in your hand, we required some frictions. We required some friction. We are discussing all the terms related. Let's suppose mom says, please take your food and take it. Now we use our fingers and take some part of your chapatis, then take in your mouth. If there is no friction in your hand and the material which are your food, guys, you are eating, if there is no friction, you cannot be eat that. You cannot be pick up any glass of water, guys, without any friction. Understood? So in a introductory part, we are saying that the friction play an important role in our daily life. It emits the motion of objects. Without it, we can't walk. We can't walk. We can't drive a car. We can't climb the ropes. Without friction, these some activities cannot be happen. Cannot be happen, guys. We cannot be walk. Why we cannot be walk? There is some friction. Yes, there is a frictions are play an important role. Whenever you are pushing the surface of the earth, that time it gives the return force to you to walk. Let's suppose there are some surface and you are drop some oil here. That oil are used to reduce the friction. Means the friction which are present on the surface, by dropping a oil you remove all the frictions. So what happening, guys? That time you will be slip. You know that, and most of the students will be experience that activity also. Okay, please be careful whenever you are moving on a surface. If there is some oil drop is here present, that time please don't move on that. Why? Because the oil play a role to remove that friction, and without friction we can't walk, so we are slip. Understood? Now, so drive a car, climb a ropes, we all are related to a friction. Friction is a contact force that opposes the relative motion of two bodies. Let's suppose we are standing here and our two hands will be moved. If the one hand and that is the second hand both are the other bodies, different bodies, friction is a contact force. If both are not in a contact, means there is a no friction, guys. There is a no friction. But that oppose the relative motion of two bodies. If one body and second body, if there is some friction, then we require to more force to move them. If there is no friction, it will be easily moved. If you change that hand, with a other object just like a glass, so our hand will be move smoothly as compared to that. What is the changes appearing here? Here we are changing the one body. In first case we are taking a two bodies, both are the hands, so both are having a some friction. But if we change the one body and taking the glass in place of a first body, that time guys the friction of a glass is less as compared to our hand. Okay, so that time the friction is less, so the moving of on that surface will be easily. So if the friction is a high guys, that time we require the high force to move on that and to do some activity on that. So friction always oppose the relative motions. Frictions always oppose the relative motion. That is some important points related to a friction. It is a natural of assume that a friction is caused by a roughness of the surface in a contact. If you are using a two bodies and both having some surface, one may be smooth and other may be rough. If we are changing the bodies guys, let's suppose first we are taking the one body first and second body other. Both are having some masses and some properties of a material, all the properties of material. If we change the roughness of the surface in contact, if we use that phenomena, means one block, that is 1 and 2, and moving in that block in that direction, we require the some force. We require the some force. Why we require the some force? Because at that contact of surface there is some roughness of that body. That body having some roughness. If first block is placed on a mirror, you know that mirror. So in which case, that is a second case, we are writing the force F2. In a first case we are writing the force F1. So which case required the more force as compared to previous? So guys, every student gives the answer is that the first body F1 is greater than to F2. Why F1 is greater than to F2 to moving the bodies? Because in that body having some roughness as compared to glass. Glass having a low roughness, you can say smooth bodies. But both the bodies having a roughness and maximum amount of roughness as compared to glass. So roughness is required if you want to some blocking of a motion. Okay, so we moving to a next point related to frictions. In next point you can understand that what happening in that process. In that process guys, we shows the some direction of applied means external force, and we are showing that the which is the direction of a frictional force also. Let's suppose that is a block and that block having some mass. That block having some mass. If you are applying some 0.1 Newton, everyone students of my class is know that what is the Newton. Every student know that the Newton is a unit of a force. Newton is a unit of a force. If we applied the 0.1 Newton, that block cannot be moved. Why that block is not moved guys? If you are applying some force on some bodies, that time it must be moved, but that force is not sufficient. If that force is not sufficient guys, it means that force is balanced to other force. Means the resultant force at that condition is 0. You are applying an external force that is a 0.1 Newton and measuring in that apparatus, but that body cannot be moved. Why body cannot be moved? Because the resultant force is 0. If resultant force is 0 means there is some other force which are applying in a same magnitude in a opposite direction, just like a 0.1 Newton and 0.1 Newton. So that condition will be happening in which the resultant force is equivalent to 0. Otherwise there is no option how you can say the resultant force will be 0. That is the one condition will be appearing. So that force is appearing due to some roughness of that surface and that surface. So that surface providing a frictional force in a opposite direction, and the magnitude of that force is a 0.1 Newton. In that case, if you are applying, if you are increasing that force from 0.1 to a 0.2, that body again not move. Means it applied the frictional force again in opposite direction of the magnitude of a 0.2 Newton. After some time, when you are applying a 0.2.1 Newton, that body will be start to move. At the limit of 2.0 Newton, it is not moving. Means in that condition, that body having a frictional force which is in opposite direction of motion is equivalent to a 2.0 Newton. We are explaining in a next 2 and 3 slides what happening with the frictional force, how it will be increases. Okay, so in that case, if someone says the frictional force is equivalent to a 2.0 Newton, means we required more than 2.0 Newton force to moving that block. Means if that having a some frictional force, so if you are moving that body in a opposite direction, that time we required more than that value of force. Means we required the more than 2.0 Newton to moving that body. Okay, so now we are moving to our next slide, guys. So students, now we are coming on your today's topic, that is a friction. What is the friction? So most of the definition is says an opposing force always acts between a two objects. When two objects are in a contact and moving in a relative motion, that time the force is introduced, that is called a frictional force. So opposing force always act between the two objects whenever an object tends to move and move over the other object. Means it may be move and it may be try to move. In both the condition, if the external force is not sufficient to move that body, that means you are applying some low value of force as compared to frictional force. So you can't move that body. Okay. So that is a definition of a frictional force. What is the frictional force, guys? The opposing force applies act between a two objects. Means there are a two object in two object, when one of the object moving a one another surface, guys, that time the force is introducing which are opposing to that direction, opposing to that motion, always act between two objects. It is called the frictional force. Okay, next point is related to a friction. This opposing force depends on the nature of the surface. Means which type of surface is present here. It may be smooth, it may be rough, it may be any other. Okay, now of the two bodies in a contact and such a opposition offered, the motion is called friction. The opposition force is called the friction, guys. Understood? That is a definition and explanation of what is the friction. Next point, friction is the opposing force that is set between the surface of a contact. It is appearing, it is set between the two bodies which are in a contact. When one body slides or roll on, tend to roll, do so on the other surface. Means, guys, it doesn't require, it will require to move. If it is try to move, if one body try to move when put on the other surface, that time friction is always present. That time must be friction is present, guys. So or rolls on, tends to do so on the surface of a other body, that is friction. Direction of a frictional force. In a previous slides, whenever we are discussing about some pictures, in that direction we are applying the force in that direction, that is a right. On behalf of that screen, that is a right direction. You are applying the force in a right hand direction, but the bodies gives the frictional force, that is a representation of a frictional force in a opposite direction. If we are applying some forces in a right hand side, that time frictional force will be appear in a left hand side. If you are applied the some forces, external forces, that is a left hand side, we are applying the external force in a left hand side, that time the frictional will be appear in a right hand side. So all time the frictional force having a direction opposite to the motion of that body. So direction of friction, when the block is pulled by the force F towards the right, the force of friction act towards the left. Okay, when the block is pulled by the force F towards the left, the force of friction acts towards the right, means just opposite direction of a motion. Okay, if that body moving in an upward direction, that the direction of a friction will be downward. If it is traveling in a water, in a air, that time every time we are facing some friction, and friction is a opposing force. You know that example of air. If the air will be moving in a right hand side and you are running in a right hand side, that time the air will be supporting to you and your speed will be increased. If you are running in a opposite direction of a airflow, guys, that time that air oppose your motion and oppose your speed, and your speed will be down due to some opposition of a force. If that opposition force gives some support to you, means the direction is a same. If that time it oppose, there is some subtraction will be appearing as the form of resultant force, that time in a opposite direction. Okay, now some causes of a friction. There are two causes of a friction. First one is due to a interlocking of surface, and second one is due to a force of adhesion between two surface. Every surface are made up of some molecules and atoms, and every atoms having some attractive force. That attractive force, if all the material are same quality and same quantities, guys, if all material are having a same, all atom and molecules are a same nature, that time the force of attraction is called the adhesion. The force of attraction is called the adhesion, that is a same molecules apply the some force of attraction, that is called the force of adhesion. Okay, and first one is due to a interlocking of a surface. What happening in the interlocking, guys? If you are talking about the interlocking, let's suppose there are two surface, and the one surface and other surface, that is a roughness, we are feeling that roughness. If both are moving in that direction, so what happening, it makes some bond, guys, to each other. That is called the interlocking of our fingers. And similar phenomena will be happening in the form of surfaces. When two surfaces are joined together and used on the surface on each other, that time due to some spikes on surface, due to some spikes of surface, which both are interlocking to each other, that interlocking plays the role of a friction. Okay, now one by one we are explaining that what happening in that process and what happening in that process. So first point is due to a interlocking of a surface. No solid surface is perfectly smooth. If you are taking about the any surface just like a glass, but we are saying that the glass not 100% smooth. Its smoothness is higher than to other, but it not 100% smooth. The whiteboard, the glass, all are saying the smooth on according to my eyes. But if you are using a microscope, that time you see that it not 100% smooth surface. It having some roughness. But in case of comparison of other, that having a high smoothness as compared to other, or you can say there is a roughness is a very low roughness is available, but no one is 100% smooth. This means all the solid surface are rough. It means all the solid surface are a rough surface, means all surface just like a glass, all are a rough surface, guys. The degree of roughness varies from surface to surface. If you are using a different bodies which is manufactured by a different material, just like a plastic, just like a wooden, just like a any other materials, you know that many types of material will be available. Some are the more rough and while some other are less. So on the basis of the surface structure, we can say the roughness degree is a high, the roughness degree is a low. So we can divide into a different parts on the basis of a friction and on the basis of a degree of roughness. We can divide the material in the form of degree of roughness. So now understand that what happening in that condition. If you are talking about that block, that is a solid material and that is a some surface, it is also a solid. On basis on my neck ice, it not a roughness, there is a no roughness is presenting on according to my neck ice. But whenever we are using some microscope, that time you feel that type of surface will be appearing here. The block having that surface and the platform which is used here, that having a that surface. So in that part, if you are focusing on that point, that time you see that there is some spikes is available, just like a hills and valleys. If that surface is making, guys, that is a hills and that is called a valley. And the reason behind the interlocking of a surface, the main cause is the hills and valleys which are present on the surface of a body, of any solid body. So this is the some microscope view of a rough surface, which is by according to a neck ice is every time smooth, but on the basis of microscope it is not a rough. So due to when the one body and other body are placed to on the surface, that time that hills and valleys are interlocked to each other. If there is some hills is forming and there is some valleys or are locked to each other, that is called the interlocking of surface. So we are explained that. So roughness of the surfaces in contact can be seen as the presence of hills and valleys. In an expanded view of the part of the surface, in a previous slide we are expand that particular point and you see that there is some roughness is present in the form of hills and valleys. Okay, now what happening in the case of hills and valleys? In the case of surface which appear to be smooth, the surface roughness can be seen only with the help of a microscope. Yes, we can do it, and we are already zoom on the surface by using a microscope. We can zoom out that microscope just like your mobile pictures. You can zoom that. So we use to zoom that surface, we are using the equipment that is called a microscope. It zoom that surface. Okay. Now when a body is pulled over the other, these hills and valleys are interlocked to each other. All are interlocked to each other and oppose that relative motion between the two bodies. So due to that interlocking of a surface, that body is having some opposition of a motion. It gives and it produces some opposing force in a opposite direction of a motion. This gives rise to a friction force. Thus the friction is due to the roughness of the body to surface is a contact. It will be presenting that type of frictional force when one bodies are in a contact of other bodies. Clear now? Due to a force of adhesion between the two surfaces. Let's see, guys. That is a new word for some students. The roughness when placed together meet only at a certain point. If you are placed the one body to a upper body, that time there is some points which are meet to each other. Just like that, if there is some hills of, guys, that is a hills and valleys. if you place the other body in that surface, that time some points will be are in a contact. Okay, that point are in a contact. At that point, what happening in that point, the atoms and molecules present at the such point of contact attract each other due to a electrostatic attraction. That points which are coming in a contact, it will be attract to each other due to some force of a electrostatic attraction. That is a electrostatic attraction force. These attraction are called the force of adhesion. It will be presenting on the same type of molecules and atoms. That force is called the force of adhesion. Due to attraction forces of that, so if you are moving, if you want to move that surface in that direction, and you can say that surface in that direction, so that time we require the force to oppose and to break that attraction force. Means we require the more than the force which can be break that force of attraction, that is force of attraction. Okay, so we require the higher force as compared to other. When one body is made to move over the other, the force of adhesion oppose the motion. When one body moving on the other surface, that time what happening due to a force of adhesion, it oppose that motion. It oppose that motion. This force which oppose the motion also gives rise to a frictional force. Due to that opposition, the frictional force will be increased. So the force of adhesion between a two surface gives the some friction. So due to that force of adhesion, a force which is opposed that relative motion is play a role just like a friction. So we are introduced that is a cause of a friction. So force of adhesion is a cause of a friction also. So guys, here we are explaining 2 points, that is a cause of a friction. First of all, we are discussing about the interlocking of two surfaces, and second point which is the cause of the friction, that is due to a force of adhesion between the two surfaces. So these two causes is now done. Now we are moving to a next point. So next point is, let's see. So next point, factor on which frictional force is depends. So which are the factors on which the frictional force is depends? If it depends on the area of contact, it depends on the mass of the object, it depends on the roughness of the surface, all the points will be covered in that points. So one by one we are explaining all the points. First point is, on a horizontal surface, we are taking a horizontal surface. The force of friction is directly proportional to the weight of the body which moves. Means guys, if on the point, first point is the we require the horizontal surface. If we are taking a two bodies on that horizontal surface, okay, first one having a 2 kilogram mass and second one which is a heavy, that is a 5 kilogram mass. Which body having a more and more frictional force is depends on a mass of the body. So according to that we are taking about the weight. So weight is equals to, in that case weight is equal to 5 into 10, that is a 50 Newton. Okay, and in that case the weight is equivalent to a 20 Newton. We can focus on that, not only a weight, we can focus on mass also. Okay, so in that case the mass and weight both are the high, in that case mass and weight both are the low. So that body having a high friction force, means if you are talking about the frictional force for a 5 kilogram bodies is high as compared to frictional force of a 2 kilogram body. So that is the first point in which we are talking about the frictional force depends on the mass and you can say weight of the body. But in that case, we are taking a first point is that we are focusing on that smooth surface, means we can say that is a surface is a horizontal. In that case, when we are taking the horizontal surface, that time force of friction is directly proportional. Force of frictional is directly proportional to the weight of the body. Weight of the body. So this is the first point. Okay. Now we are moving to a second point. Second point is the force of a friction. The force of friction depends on the nature of the surface in a contact. Nature means we can say it is smooth and it is polished, and you can say it is a rough. So there are just depends on the nature of the body. If you are using a wooden block, and second part we are using a some plied board. There is a many types of the wooden is available in the market, guys, at the present time. If you are taking about the different bodies of a same material, just like a wooden, that every one having a different roughness and move to a smoothness also. So we can focus on the roughness and nature of the material. So nature of surface in a contact, guys, for example, we are taking the force of friction between a pair of a polished surface is very small. If both bodies having a glass, that time having a both having a smoothness, guys, both are having a smooth bodies. So both having a low frictional force, low force of friction. If you are taking a different bodies just like a wooden and plastic, both are having a high roughness as compared to a glass. So that body having a high force of friction as compared to a glass. So it depends on the nature of the body. So we are writing here, so force of frictional is proportional to the nature of the surface. Nature of the surface. And basically if you are talking about the nature, we are focusing on the roughness and the polished surface. How much it is and which is the degree of a roughness. If degree of roughness is high, that time the force of frictional is high. If degree of roughness is low, that time the force of friction is also low. Next point is the force of friction does not depends upon the area of surface in a contact till weight remain the same. Means we are explain that point. If you are consider two bodies, first one is a 5 kilogram and second one is also a 5 kilogram, but it having that shape. Okay. So in what happening in that case, guys, in that case if we are moving to a first point, that time we are saying that the force of frictional is equivalent to a weight of the body. So both are having a same weight. So same, due to a same weight, it provides the same frictional force according to a first point. And last point is says that it doesn't matter which area is in a contact. In that area is a A1, in that is a area of A2. So which area is high and which area is low? In the case of that block, area of A1 is a greater than to area of A2. So if we are talking about the according to a area, so we are having the high force of friction for a first body, but it not happening. It area of contact is not used, guys. The force of frictional does not depend upon the area of surface in a contact till the weight remain the same. If the weight is the same, that time we are not focusing on the area of contact. If the area of contact is different, so first of all focus on that weight. If the weight is same, that means there is a no matter of a area of contact. Okay. Next one is a okay student. So in that case we are not focusing on that area of contact when the mass and weight of the body will be same. Next point we are focusing on the now next point is a frictional force is a self-adjusting force. What happening the self-adjusting force? It means it having a some remote which can control by yourself, and on self body having a same remote control which are having on control. So what is the statement is that the frictional force is a self-adjusting force. Why it is a self-adjusting force and how it will be work? Now we are focusing on that. That is a block, and that block having a 5 kilogram mass. If you are talking about the weight, that is a 15 Newton is weight, and we are consider that we are getting some values and we are assume some values. There is a some force of friction is at 2.0 Newton. We assume that that body having a force of friction in that direction, that is a 2.0 Newton. Okay, so these are the some our assumption. We are going and moving to a proof of how you can say the frictional is a self-adjusting force. So we are moving in that point. So one person is coming, first person is coming and apply the force in that direction, that is a 0.5 Newton. And first person is coming and applied the force, that is a 0.5 Newton in a right hand side. So what happening on that block? In that block the force applied by a person, that is a 0.5 Newton. So what is the value of a force of friction? In that case body not move. We are writing here body velocity is equal to 0. Body not move, at present body at a rest. When a person applying a 0.5 Newton force, body not moving. So what is the value of a force of friction in that case? Some student says, sir, the value of a force of friction is of 0.5 Newton. Some students, and some other students says the force of frictional is a 2.0 Newton. So which is the correct, guys, in that case? Please focus on that, some resultant force. If you are using that concept, so in that case the resultant force is equivalent to 0. If we are using that concept, in that case that is resultant force will be coming in a opposite direction, that is a 2.0 minus of a 0.5. So we are getting 1.5 Newton in a opposite direction. So we are mentioning that is a negative direction. We are taking that is a negative direction. So you can change also that. Okay. So we are getting a resultant force, that is a 1.5 Newton in a opposite direction. If the applied force is a 1.5 Newton in that direction, so body must be moving in that direction, but body not moving. So which option is correct? That option is a not correct. So the maximum value of a force of friction for that block is a 2.0 Newton. But whenever we are applying the 0.5 Newton, the force of frictional value is also a 0.5 Newton. It not more than a 0.5 Newton, not a less than of 0.5 Newton. But maximum value of force of friction is a 2.0 Newton. If you are increase that force, another person is coming and he is apply the force, that is a 1.5 Newton in a right hand side. So again we are consider the two situations. If you are consider that force, that is a 1.5 Newton, and frictional force, in that case again body at rest. We are writing here the body having a rest condition. If you are consider that is a force of friction, that is a 1.5 Newton, and second case the students are saying is that, sir, please take the force of friction is that is a 2.0 Newton. So which is answer is correct, guys? If you are focusing on a resultant force, so in a first case the resultant force is equivalent to a 0. In a second case the resultant force is coming, that is a 0.5 Newton in a opposite direction. We are minus we are showing that is a, so again we are writing here, so we are writing that is a minus of a 0.5 Newton. So if there is a some resultant force, so body must be moved, but body cannot be moved. Means guys, in that condition the force of frictional value, that is a 1.5 Newton. We are increasing and decreasing. We are increasing and decreasing only a external force. In first case we are applying the force, that is a 0.5 Newton. In second case we are applied the all force, external force, that is a 1.5 Newton. So how the force of frictional in increase and decrease? It is self-adjusting force, depends on the external force, and the limit of that self-adjusting force is a maximum limit is a 2.0 Newton. If a third person is coming guys, and she applied the force, that is a 3 Newton in a right hand side. So what happening in that condition? In that condition that is a 3.0 Newton, and the maximum force will be increases, that is a 0.5, 1.5. In that case it not increases till 3.0 Newton, it is increases at the maximum limit of a force of friction. So maximum limit of force of friction is a 2.0 Newton. So in that case the resultant diagram is that in that case the resultant force will be coming in that direction, and the value of that force is a 1 Newton by subtracting that forces, that is the external force, that is a force of friction. How you can find that resultant? By subtracting that, because both are force is a vector quantity. If you want to calculate the force, that time we use that direction also. If both the forces applied in the same direction, that we add. If both the forces applied in an opposite direction, that time we are subtract them. So by subtraction we are getting the value of resultant force, that is a 1 Newton. So guys, if you are focusing the all the phenomena of a force of friction, in first case we are having the value of a 0.5 Newton. In second case we are getting the value of force of friction, that is a 1.5 Newton. And third case, that is a maximum value of force of friction, that is a 2.0 Newton. Who are increasing that value guys of force of friction? No one increasing the value of a force of friction. It is a self-adjusting force. It is a self-adjusting force, depends on a external forces guys. So I hope students you are understand that what is the self-adjusting force, and why we are saying the frictional is a external and frictional is not an external force. It is a self-adjusting force. It is a self-adjusting force. It is a property of a force of friction. Now we are moving to our next point. So next point is the maximum value of the force of friction. In a previous case, which is the maximum value? The maximum value is in a previous case, that is a 2.0 Newton, which comes into a play before a body just begin to slide over the surface of another body, is called the limiting friction. Means we are increasing our external force by some values. In first case we are applying a 1 Newton, again 2 Newton, then 3 Newton and 4 Newton. In every case the force of friction will be increases. In that case force of friction is 1 Newton. In that case force of friction is a 2 Newton. Whenever we are increasing the 2 and 2.1, we are using a one more point, that is a 2.1 Newton. When we are using a 2.1 Newton, body will be start to move. So which is the maximum value force of friction? That is a 2 Newton. After applying and more than that force, the body start to move. The body just start to moving on the surface of a other body. That value of a frictional force is called the limiting friction. Means that is a limit of the frictional force in particular case. So that force of frictional is called the force of frictional. That is a value of that force, that is a limiting friction. Understood? That is a limiting friction. Okay students, so in that chapter, in that video lecture, we are discussing all the phenomena which are discussing in a friction. Okay, so first of all we are discussing what is the important roles, what is the role of a friction in our daily life. Okay, and after that we are discussing some definition of a frictional force. After that we are discussing about some direction of a frictional force. After that some factors which is affect the force of friction, and now we are talking about the frictional force is a self adjusting force. And what is the maximum value of a force of friction? If there is some maximum value of a force of friction, that is called the limiting friction. So that is a summary of our today's lectures. Now we are moving to a next point, that is some representation. What happening if you are applying that force in that direction? So what happening, the force of friction will be applied in a opposite direction. Dear students, that is a weight and that is some normal force. So if in a further classes when you are moving to a higher standard, that time we use that concept. If someone says find the value of a frictional force, that time we are using two formulas, that is a frictional force is equals to mu into n. N is represented by a r, that is equivalent to a mg. So we can write mu mg, that is a mathematical formula for calculating the force of friction, where mu is the frictional coefficient, mu is the frictional coefficient, friction coefficient. Okay students, so that is today's lecture. Now we are moving to a assignment number 1, and all questions in the first lecture we are not giving a more assignment to you. First of all, watch the lecture carefully and now start to your assignment. The assignment is from exercise number 1. In exercise number 1, all questions are objective questions. So question number 1, question number 5 and question number 8 all are the based on today's lecture. We are not giving the more assignment in that lecture because we are including some introduction and some basic structure of that friction. Okay student, so today's lecture is over, and now thank you so much.